Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to King's Quest VI. Heir today, gone tomorrow. Although I think we'll be around for a little bit. So we paid a visit to the castle. The very nice, completely trustworthy Vizier said that Cassima doesn't want to see us. The two of them are going to be getting married. So, you know what? I was thinking, rather than heading home, I should hang around for the wedding, you know? Throw some rice, give the congratulations, maybe have a dance with the bride on her wedding night, that sort of thing. So yeah, let's go stop by town, see if they have a hotel. Maybe we can get a room. I'm sure that the single penny will.
Alexander is carrying a cup.
Will cover it. I don't need to read that again. Listen to that again. Well, let's take a look.
An old beggar is peddling his wares in the village.
Not exactly a beggar.
He offers a variety of lamps, all neatly lined up on a long pole.
Lamps, huh?
The peddler's pole provides convenient transportation of the lamp seller's wares. There are 6 new lamps on the pole.
Ooh, new lamps, huh?
Alexander is standing on a sunny village street. There are open shops to his right, a hard-packed path beneath his feet, and palm trees waving over his head. To the north, a key-shaped arch leads to another part of the village.
That's key-shaped?
The village continues to the north through a key-shaped arch.
Seriously, key-shaped?
The sign above the door says, Ali's Books.
Is this village really big enough?
Old lamps for new! Old lamps for new!
Yeah, that seems a little bit weird, but seriously, is this village big enough for a bookshop?
The sign above a wooden door leads to the bookshop interior. The dusty window of the bookshop looks out over the street in a welcoming way.
Yeah, unless, of course, I walk by it and see...
Old lamps for new! Old lamps for new!
Hush you, I'm trying to talk here. Anyway, yeah, I'm sure that we'll probably walk by that window, spot the shop owner's daughter undressing, and he'll come out and chop her head off. Yeah, I've played this game before.
The sign says Pawn Shop.
With an extra P and an extra E.
The pawn shop window has the words Curios and Antiques painted on it. What an interesting looking shop.
So, we've got a bookstore and a pawn shop in this village. Where does everyone buy their food?
A wooden door leads to the pawn shop interior. A tall earthenware vase is one of the pottery pieces on display outside the shops.
Is it really on display? I could just take it.
A small round pot is one of the pottery pieces on display outside the shops.
Oh!
Hush you!
There's a battered wicker chest in front of a shop. Odd gourd-shaped jugs rest sheltered by the shade. They perhaps hold wine or water to be kept cool.
Ooh.
Alexander isn't interested in the gourd-shaped jug.
Yes, I am!
Alexander is not in the market for pottery just now in his life.
I see someone at the window.
The villagers bustle about their chores.
Really?
They seem a busy, if somewhat
bustling?
subdued lot. A pair of red pants has been hung out to dry in the warm glow of the sun.
Considering that
Old lamps
Hush you! Considering that the sun seems to be shining down from that direction.
A large round pot is one of the pottery pieces. The village buildings are made of rough sandstone stucco. This one has a shop on the street level and a private dwelling up above. Steps lead up to the shop door. The village buildings are made... Alexander is standing on a...
Old lamps!
Stop doing that! I'm trying to play a game here! Alright, fine, we'll come talk to you.
Good day, peddler.
Good day, sir. If you would like to get one of my fine new lamps, I'll need an old lamp in trade.
That seems awfully contrived.
Isn't it a rather bad business?
Yeah.
Taking old lamps and giving new lamps in exchange?
Well, there's always a chance that I'll find a genie. If I had a genie, I'd be richer than a king. Besides, there's always a roaring business in antique luminaries.
I feel like you're pinning your hopes on something with a very low chance of success, sir.
How fare you, peddler?
Hey, lad, have you an old lamp for me yet?
Nope. I don't think I will. All right, let's go check the pawn shop here.
Good day.
Thanks. You have a very odd-looking shop here.
Towering mightily over the other pawn shop curiosities, the stuffed bear makes an ostentatious display.
I guess you could say that. How did you get this in here?
A strange-looking winged device occupies one corner of the room. It is frail with disuse. Alexander finds it intriguing.
No, he doesn't.
Perhaps he thinks it was once used in a local sporting
No, he
event
really doesn't think
in
that.
which enthusiasts jumped from cliffs, glided on air currents, and then attempted to land, frequently crunching a bone or two in the process.
And splattering their brains all over the
Alexander
ground.
shudders at the thought and decides to stick to dragon slaying.
Oh, you cheated with that dragon, though, Alexander.
A horn, probably used for drink or powder, hangs from the ceiling.
Powder? We have gunpowder in this era?
A worn leather wineskin is suspended from the ceiling.
Don't mind me. I'll get to you eventually, sir. I'm just going to look around your shop a bit.
An old suit of armor stands in the pawn shop. It looks like a vigilant guard against thieves and carpet salesmen, even though it is
Carpet
headless.
salesman. This place could use a carpet, though.
A small red drum beats no more on the shelves of the pawn shop.
Poor little drummer boy. He died as he lived, being a horrible, horrible little kid.
A few well-aged barrels probably hold assorted smaller goods and perishables. The land of the Green Isles must have at least one inhabitant with interest in the mystical, for a crystal ball has been traded in, along with the more common household goods.
Or, you know, it doesn't, and that's why I got traded in.
A small rusty hatchet seems permanently embedded in a log of wood. Alexander's mind races over the possibilities. Perhaps the bound duo is the local woodcutter's equivalent of the sword and the stone. Perhaps someday, somehow, someone will free that hatchet and become king of the forest. Then again, it could be just a rusty hatchet stuck in a log.
You have quite the imagination there, Alexander.
The pawn shop is a dimly lit place with a slightly musty smell. Curiosities litter every corner and every shelf. For sale are articles that range from the bizarre to the commonplace, from the priceless to the practical.
Right, of course.
A lady's hand mirror has been separated from its original trousseau, and now gathers dust on the pawn shop shelves.
I'm guessing that he doesn't actually get a lot of, movement of stock.
The pawn shop is a dimly lit. Several half-burnt wax candles have been placed among the other pawn shop items.
Lightly
They probably light
used
the shop at
candles.
night. A helmet, probably belonging to the headless armor also in the shop, has found its way to a separate part
together.
of the counter. A tall skeleton lends an air of mystery to the shop.
Or grotesqueness.
The back wall of the shop holds various odds and ends. For example, a hull hole detector for finding those hard-to-spot holes in small sailboats.
Graham could have used one of those.
Cat cookie mix. Play tricks on your friends, the box says.
Cat cookie. So good.
A golden bridle finder for finding those nearly invisible golden bridles.
Curse you, King's Quest 4! That was one of the spots that hung me up as a kid. That stupid bridle.
Self-adhesive emeralds. What you use when you don't have honey.
Oh, that's handy.
Tongue climbing gear. Tested on over 100 whale tongues.
Ew.
A uvula tickler. Guaranteed to make large mammals sneeze.
That's just a feather.
A cheese hook for retrieving cheese out of small holes.
Which one did we do that in? Oh, that was in King's Quest 5, wasn't it? Yeah. When we got trapped in the, when we got put into the cell. That's right.
A shovel that's guaranteed not to break for over 100 grave diggings.
Oh, that's awfully specific. Why are these things all from, King's Quest 4 through, oh no, there was the cat cookie mix. Why are these all from 3 through, 5?
A bridge repair kit for when you've crossed a bridge one too many times.
There's 2.
Stair traction pads. Stop slipping off those narrow staircases.
Curse you.
A hole detector. Cat cookie. A golden bridle. The back wall of the
Guess we've
shop
looked at all
holds
of them.
various bottles and potions.
Mm.
For example, a bottle labeled Owl Courage Potion for spineless owls.
Yeah, it's probably empty. Probably can't get that to Cedric, can we?
A bottle of Gnome Begone. Miniature carpet cleaner for those castles in a bottle.
Have you been having some trade with Mordak, sir?
Bird's nest soup mix, treasure not included.
Wasn't that from Quest for Glory 1?
Garlic, especially grown for vampire resilience. Magic mirror glass cleaner for when your future looks fuzzy.
You could use that at home, Alexander.
Shark repellent.
Always useful.
A small box of enchanted sorcerer's flea and tick collars.
You took those from Mananan, didn't you?
A bottle of Gnome Begone. Miniature carpet. Bird's nests. The pawn shop's counter is made of a sturdy teak. The wood is well worn by eager hands
just wanted to say
and
teak,
well
didn't
oiled
you?
by the shop's faithful keeper. Alexander takes a closer look at the items on the counter.
Ah, okay. Wait, wasn't this... shouldn't this be on the other side? Whatever.
I see you have noticed my mechanical nightingale.
No, I haven't.
She is made of plain tin, but she sings the sweetest song you can imagine, barely distinguishable from the real thing.
That's pretty impressive workmanship.
The flute is only made of plain wood, but its notes are fine and true.
I don't know how to play a flute, though.
Ah, yes, the painter's brush. It was well used by one of the island's best painters. There's a lot of creativity in that brush, and its bristles are still in good condition.
It's just a brush, though.
Have you an interest in tinder boxes? This one is only slightly battered. It holds a good supply of flint, a sturdy striking pad, and even a candle in case you find yourself with naught else to hold the flame.
Oops.
A battered tinder box is displayed on the counter.
Accidentally clicked.
A used painter's brush is displayed on the counter. A plain wooden flute is displayed on the counter. A mechanical nightingale made of tin is perched on the counter.
Oh, I'm sure we'll never need any of those things.
An elegant little glass dish decorates the countertop. The dish is full of green mints offered for the enjoyment of the customer.
Ooh. Gimme a mint. I want a mint.
Alexander takes a mint.
Minty. Minty goodness. Alright, let's finally talk to you.
Good day, merchant. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
It's a silly
I can
place.
tell you she is in a dark time. Without the ferry, communication between the islands has ground to a halt, and so nearly has my business.
Your business...
Why the long ages of peace have ended, and why the crown has not done something about it is beyond me.
Your business relies
Still,
on the
I
ferry?
am a shopkeeper, not a politician, and can only hope for better days.
Maybe you should get into politics then. It's no excuse.
How bide you, good merchant?
Quite well, though a purchase would not hurt me any.
Nope, sorry, not gonna buy anything. Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and go stop by the bookstore. I'm sure the bookstore would have lots of things that we want with that we can buy with our shiny copper piece.
Hello. I will be right up.
Okay.
Now, what can I do for you?
I just want to look around your shop. Hello?
An old man occasionally steals sidelong glances at Alexander from under a concealing hood.
Are you Crispin? You look like you could be Crispin.
Good day, sir.
The mysterious old man just ignores Alexander.
Good day, sir.
The mysterious old man just ignores Alexander.
Well, that's not nice. It's awfully rude.
An old man occasionally steals sidelong glances at Alexander from under a concealing hood.
Oh, he's in love. Love at first sight. Can I see that glance? No? Alright.
A wooden chandelier with small red candles is suspended from the ceiling. Assorted travelogues and biographies are arranged on these shelves.
Excuse me, I wanna read over your shoulder.
Assorted travelogue. These shelves hold a selection of cookbooks.
Ooh, how to serve man! Sweet! Wait, why is that? Ooh. Huh. Oh, I'm sure his eye glint is nothing.
A collection of children's books fill those shelves.
Ah, now Alexander has found his forte.
Alexander is a little old for those
No, he's
children's
not.
books.
That's right on his grade level.
Alexander isn't interested in the cookbooks on that shelf. He's had an aversion to cooking ever since he experimented with a certain cookie recipe involving cat hair and fish oil.
But it was so tasty.
Right now, Alexander is too involved with the journey he's on to take time to read about the journeys of others.
Oh.
And burn a perfectly good ham.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, we can get another one.
A small fire burns in the fireplace despite the warmth of the day outside.
That is
Perhaps
rather
the
weird.
bookshop owner simply finds it comforting.
Yeah, except it's quite warm, and this fireplace doesn't seem all that well put together.
These shelves hold a collection of oddly titled guidebooks. Alexander notices such books as How to Become King with Little or No Rupees Down, Finding the Right Girl with the Right Dowry, and Why Good Princesses Like Bad Wizards.
Oh my. Can we read some of those?
Alexander is not interested in those self-help
Oh.
books.
But he needs a lot of self-help.
Volumes of poetry are on display on this bookshelf.
That's a lot of poetry.
Thinking of Cosima, Alexander decides to leaf through one of the volumes of love poetry.
There
He
once
reads,
was a man from Nantucket.
Thy
Oh.
hair, thy lips, thy beauteous face, and all thy studied female grace have won for thee anon a place within this broken breast. Not bad. And another.
I could do better.
Upon the shore the lilies bend, untouched by worldly care, where shadow they her earthly bed, oh, that she were not there. Yikes. And another.
Do we have to?
What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through?
I think
and
it
binds
was
my heart
acid
with links
reflux.
so tight I cannot live without the sight of you. What nameless thing has captured me and made me powerless to flee? What thing is it without a name that brings my mind e'er back the same to thee?
Oh, quicksand.
The name of love cannot apply. Its commonness does not decry the haunted, hunted, painful cry that my heart makes for you, that e'er my soul eternal makes for you.
A little close to home, that one.
Nah, not really.
Alexander returns the love poem book to the shelf.
Oh, I got a... Oh, hello. Got a point out of that.
A page has fallen from the poem.
Oh, you ruined the
and
book!
now lies on the floor.
Jeez, Alexander, take better care of the books.
Alexander picks up the fallen page. It's the love poem he particularly liked. It must have
Oh, yeah.
fallen out of the poetry
It
book.
fell out.
I see that old volume has lost another page. You may keep it if you like, sir.
That-
I have glued the stubborn thing back in place 2 times already.
That seems very strange, but okay.
I do rather like it. Thank you, merchant.
Maybe I can turn it into a paper airplane.
The bookshop owner is a thin, middle-aged man. His intelligent eyes are slightly blurry from long nights spent reading by candlelight.
Right, reading.
An antique leather-bound book is displayed on a little stand on the counter. On the elaborate cover is the title, Ye Useful Book of Magic Spells.
How is that on the... How can we see the cover?
Alexander is standing in a cozy little shop. Books of every size and shape line the walls. A crackling fire in the fireplace completes the tranquil scene.
Tranquil, huh?
A stone fireplace gives the... There's a book entitled The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages on the small table in the reading area.
Oh, sweet.
It appears that some regular customer likes that book.
Oh, that sounds great. Let's read it.
Alexander rests his feet for a moment. Alexander picks up
resting his
and leafs
butt, I
idly
think.
through a book called The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages. Well, that was refreshing.
Really? Oh, I was actually expecting something a little bit sillier.
There's a small table near the door that bears a sign. The sign has undergone a number of changes. It once read 10 pence, but that was crossed out and replaced with 5 pence, then 1 pence, then free. The sign currently reads, Take one, please.
Oh, don't mind if
Only
I do.
one book remains on the table. It looks like the bookshop owner really wants to get rid of that book.
Ah, it's probably cursed. I think we'll take it.
Alexander picks up the book from the small table.
Oh, yes, please, take that book. You have my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
Sweet, I can finally get rid of the curse.
Thanks.
That curse will never bother me again. Oh, thank you for taking it.
Alexander is carrying a book from the bargain table in the bookshop. Alexander has a love poem from a book in the bookshop. The small green mint looks very tasty.
That's green?
Alexander opens the bargain book and reads a paragraph at random.
That seems like a bad
2
idea.
dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimers, divided into equal parts by the third of a cackle of grouse geese,
Uh-huh.
put over the result of 10 fine mackles,
I see.
albeit small fine mackles, stretched over the total of 53 1/8 bottles of wild beast lard.
My God! That's brilliant! That is so true! I have never heard anything so
What an incredibly boring book.
enlightening
No wonder the bookshop owner wanted to get rid of it so badly.
in my life. That is fascinating. Keep reading. Come on, Alexander. You are an unintelligent rube, Alexander. I can't believe it.
A plaque bearing a merchant crest hangs over the doorway. The bookshop owner must be proud of his credentials.
That's not from an accredited university, right?
A plaque.
No, it's not. It's not worth the wood it's placed on. Can I take a look at this book?
How much for that book on the counter, merchant?
How much for that
It is
dog
a fine
in the window?
book, is it not? I obtained it from the estate of the one and only magician this kingdom has ever had.
Mananan?
Poofed himself into an aardvark in the
Oh.
end. Or so I heard.
Arnie the Aardvark?
I never found the spells all that useful myself. But then I lead a boring life.
Tell me about it.
I tell you what, if you can find another rare book, something a bit more marketable, I might be willing to exchange the spell book for it.
How is a spell book not marketable? I would be all over it. All right, so we gotta look for another rare book.
Good day, sir. I'm a stranger in this land. What
Stranger
can
in
you
a strange
tell me
land.
about the land of the Green Isles?
That is quite a question, young man. Who are you?
Oh, no,
And
no one.
what
No
would you have me tell you?
Everything.
My name is Alexander. I know I am on the Isle of the Crown, but I'd
Isle of the
like
Crown.
to know whatever you can tell me about this island, and if there are other islands nearby.
You are indeed a stranger. Anxious is the man who knows not the customs of the land beneath his feet.
I just memorize that spell, no customs.
This island is called the Isle of the Crown because the royal family's castle is here.
Man, what original
Besides the
naming.
castle, we also have this village and the docks over to the west.
Of 2 houses.
There are at least 3 other islands. The Isle of the Sacred Mountain.
At least 3?
The Isle of the Beast. And the Isle of Wonder.
You have some
At
weird
least 3?
names.
Does no one know for certain?
This is no ordinary land, Alexander. The land of the Green Isles has always been a place of vague boundaries, as if islands come and go. Legend
How do you run a
speaks
kingdom
of a
like
4th
that?
island, an isle shrouded in mists. I
Oh.
myself have never seen it.
Ravenloft.
Then, too, the land
Or
of the
maybe
Green
Avalon.
Isles is said to exist on the boundaries of this world and the next.
So it's
Even
liminal.
darker places are reputed to be closer here than anywhere else in the world.
I don't know.
That's quite
been,
a claim.
Been to some pretty dark places.
Claim, yes, but probably just local superstition.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We who live here on the Isle of the Crown, at least, sleep well enough at night.
There wouldn't be any truth
Those
to these
first
rumors.
3
in the
islands you mentioned. How might I learn more about them?
Ideally, a young man seeking such knowledge would travel to their shores and learn about them firsthand. Meeting the leaders of each place would be helpful, naturally. Unfortunately, the ferry no longer runs between the islands. There has been much political unrest, and it has been too dangerous to travel for years. Perhaps the ferryman can tell you more. He has little enough to do these days.
So,
And if you haven't been there already, you might seek an audience at the castle.
oh, I was there.
Thank you
All they were
kindly,
talking about was
merchant,
sausages.
for all your good advice.
Ah, but advice is free, Alexander.
Maybe you should charge
Making
for it.
use of it costs much more.
So, travel between the islands has broken down for years? How do you function? That is crazy. All right, goodbye.
Alexander is standing on a sunny village street.
This seems farther back than it was inside there. Oh, hush you. I don't have any lamps for you. Look at him go. Hello?
There's a young girl in the yard. The girl is dressed in a long, plain orange robe with a thick
Goddamn
headdress.
orange.
From the appearance of her clothes, and from a skittish, fearful look about her, Alexander gets the strong impression that she is a servant, or even worse, a slave.
They allow
The
slavery
servant
here?
girl appears to be stealing a quiet moment tending the rose bushes.
Stealing? That thief.
There are rose bushes back by the house, as well as the ones on the fence. Somebody who loves roses must live here.
Yeah, I don't
Pot,
think so.
etched by the natural elements of the island, decorates the porch. The entrance to the house is a time-worn wooden door.
What kind of wood?
The house is made of stucco in an architectural style native to the island. It is apparently quite old, since climbing vines embrace its exterior.
Maybe they're quick grow.
The old woman's face, pinched with anger, could easily be mistaken for a prune.
Ooh.
Her elaborate garments
harsh.
seem to be an attempt to hide her nasty disposition.
You lazy thing! Get back to work and stay away from those roses! I've told you 1,000,000 times, those flowers are too sweet for the likes of you! You've still got to do the breakfast dishes, make lunch, and clean the stables yet this morning! And get your veil back on! No one wants to look at your face.
Yes, stepmother.
Can we kill her? Can I? Oh, she sounds like she's a bitch, an evil bitch. Can we kill her? No. It's not the princely thing to
Alexander
do.
doesn't want to intrude on private
Yes, he
property
does.
unless he's been
Oh,
invited.
come on! He does that all the friggin' time! Fine. Huh.
Hey, stranger, come join me. The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island.
Really? Okay. Well, seems like a good deal. I haven't saved it in a little while, so I think I'll go ahead and do just that.
Good day. I'm Alexander. What are you doing in the sea?
He's swimming.
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm swimming.
Yeah.
I mean, come join me. The water's wonderful. I can show you the way to the next island.
Okay. All right. Let's.
Considering the poor condition of the shore, it looks like the easiest way to get into the water is just to jump off the
Yeah,
pier.
that's what I was trying to do. Do it. Whee!
The powerful currents grab Alexander.
What?
Struggle
What?
as he might, he
What?
feels himself being pulled out to
But-
sea.
But he's swimming just fine. No! No!
Not a very good swimmer, are you?
Oh, great swimmer, you bastard!
Help me!
Sorry, I think not.
Evil child,
As
you!
his head submerges for the third time, Alexander finds himself pondering the wisdom of going out on a limb for a stranger.
But it was a kid! Oh, that's right. Kids are always terrible. Hi, I'm back.
Tickets only. Next.
Alexander couldn't handle those currents. That boy must be an unbelievably strong swimmer.
Yeah, seems like that's the case. Alright, let's talk to you again.
Good day. I'm Alexander. What are you doing in the sea?
What? Come on, jump in. A little water won't hurt you. Come join me if you're brave enough.
Nah, I'm not that brave.
Come join me if you're brave enough.
Nah, I'm not.
A young boy is happily swimming in the sea
what's
off
that
the
glint
docks.
there? His eye is glinting at me. What?
That's strange. The young boy in the water just disappeared.
Uh,
Oh well, perhaps he just dove under the water.
yeah, that's clearly it. He probably drowned. That seems like it.
Alexander is standing at the island's docks. Both the pier and the only boat in sight are in sad repair.
How does this boat work being up on this? How does this dock even work?
A worn wooden vessel has been dry docked on a jetty. The boat is in sad shape. A hole in the hull and the condition of its boards make it obvious that the vessel is no longer seaworthy.
Oh, it's a Spelljammer ship. It got the hull hold critical.
An old canvas bag full of sand hangs off the side of the boat. It was most likely used as a bumper when docking the boat against the pier, but it's rather pointless now.
Isn't everything rather pointless in this life?
The battered old sail doesn't look like it's ever going to catch its second wind.
Second wind.
Alexander is standing at the island's docks. Alexander can see the peaks of another island on the horizon.
We just swim there, right? Right? No.
A small hatch leads down into the dark cargo area.
So this is the ferry, apparently? This is a weird ferry.
A worn wooden vessel has
Alright, well, I think we will go talk to the ferryman. I'm sure he's a perfectly fine old skeletal gentleman holding a death scythe. I'm sure it'll be just fine talking to him. Just fine. Perfectly fine. But we'll do that in the next episode. See you then, everyone.